What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls Pregame, presented by Circus Sportsbook. Download the Circus Sports Illinois app at circusports.com/Illinois-app to sign up today. I'm Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. My guy, Big Dave, BAWL Sports. Our pal, producer, Joey Spathis, son of Lisa. He is at Joey Spathis on Twitter.
Would be proud.
Our guy, Willie Gottlieb, will join us from the UC during tonight's post-game show after Bulls Heat Part 2, which we are here to preview. Bulls finally managed to get a much-needed win on Saturday night, and now they finished their homestand with one more against the Heat tonight. Obviously, a lot of Bulls fans over the last 24, 48 hours talking about Zach LaVine. Yeah. I see Bulls Muse with the little Zach LaVine cartoon logo in our comments. What's up? And the way that Saturday ended, after a crazy comeback that the Bulls actually pull off this time after failed comebacks against Orlando twice, that's what appeared to be uncomfortable scene with Zach leaving the court when he was supposed to be doing the post-game hit with Adam and Stacey.
Yeah.
We have since gotten more intel on that from the team. Reactions from several people, Billy Donovan included. So we will get to that in a minute, but I figure we could start with the start problem. Well, what better place to start at than the start? Because the Bulls' first quarters have been a little yucky.
Poopy.
But before we dive into the yuckiness, Dave, how are you, my friend?
Man, I'm wonderful.
Did you enjoy your Sunday?
I did. I did enjoy my Sunday. It was great. Watched the Bears game. Was it you I saw on my Twitter feed? It was like, this is the kind of loss that gets somebody fired the next day. That was exactly me.
Yeah.
It was exactly me.
Probably not alone in feeling like that.
Yeah, no.
There was Matt Eberflus at the podium today.
How does he have a job? Like, I don't get how you have a job after that.
A lot of incompetent people have jobs, Dave.
This is true. And petty. This is true. But I know that Bears aren't in the business of firing coaches during the season. They're just not.
It's true.
But my God, like, you've lost two of your staff, for off the field foolishness. And then your on the field foolishness we see every week, man. And it's just sad and it's pathetic. And it's like, why? It's like it makes you have a conspiracy theory. Like, oh man, they sent the call down, like, guys, don't win this game. It makes you did that. It was that dumb that I now started thinking about conspiracy theories. Bad. All right. I know this ain't about the Bears, but it was bad because Justin actually played very well.
Justin played incredible yesterday.
He was awesome, man.
I mean, it's funny. I think there's some very, clear parallels between what the Bears are going through right now and the Bulls are going through.
Yeah.
It's like some fans maybe felt differently about yesterday's result for the Bears. Some Bulls fans 14 games in might already be looking towards L's instead of W's if they are, in fact, going to blow this stuff up.
Yeah. Which,
first domino being a Zach LaVine trade that we're still all waiting to hear when and what that looks like. But, I was like, I want to see Justin play really well in a high-scoring game that the Bears find a way to lose. Because I still am like, let me get 2 top 5 draft picks. And then there are some who think, and I know I was tuning into our CHGO Bears post-game crew for a while yesterday. Shout out to them.
Shout out.
Great job as always.
Oh, man, they were awesome.
Saying, like, there's got to be some, like, yes, okay, draft value, but we've got to get Justin Fields and some of these other young teammates around him to start knowing what a winning culture feels like.
Yes, that's what. It's why I want them to win certain games.
Equals Zach LaVine, Chicago Bulls.
Ooh, taking it right back. But I need them to know what it feels like. Justin has won one game? Like he needs to know what it feels like. Because when they went up, you just felt that aura of losing. Yeah. Like, you just knew it was over. You saw it on his face. Nothing about his face said, we're going to win this game. Why? Because he's used to losing. It's what he's normal. It's a normal thing. They got to get a win, man. And they got to play Minnesota on Monday night in front of the national audience. So, that's always good. Showing the national audience how terrible of a coach you are. It's great. Wonderful. Let's go look at it. Can't you wait to see that, Joe?
Yeah. I just care about Fields.
Yeah.
Like what Matt said.
That's it. We care about Justin.
I really just care about
Fields. So
Fields.
we're not putting him in the position to win. And I thought and again, shout out to their post game. It was amazing because the points they made were all valid. If you're going to go all week long and say Ryan Poles and and Eberflus and Getsy talk about what they want to see him do best and what they want to see him do, but then you don't put him in the position to do those things. What the hell? Like, it makes no sense. Where's the logic in that? And that's why, you're just befuddled and you're just like, this is baffling, dumb.
Shout out to some of our regulars hanging out in the comments.
Where's
Druish, JR, Colin, Juan. They go hoops.
Hey guys.
Yeah, so speaking of dumb and baffling, let's now circle back to this Bulls first quarter issue.
Circle back.
Because maybe some of these slow starts are in some way related to Zach LaVine and whatever it is he's going through right now. Billy Donovan, when asked about this team's slow starts, and by the way, our guy Will the Goat pointed out yesterday, the Bulls minus 16.3 net rating in the first quarter of games thus far this season.
Sweet.
Bottom 3 in the NBA.
I heard that's not
And
good.
that number got worse from where it was, which was already bad when they fell down to the Heat. What was the score, Dave? Do you remember? I remember.
22-1.
How? Not even mad. That's amazing. You pooped in the refrigerator.
He literally said that when it happened.
But so here is what Billy had to say when asked to try to explain what's going on with these first quarters. Quote, I don't know what the answer is, quite honestly. It's something we do talk about and try to show.
Great.
About like, here's the contrast. Here's where we do it good. Here's where we don't. That's the challenge.
That's the end? Wait, that was it?
What? Yeah. Yeah. That's just a big fat I don't know. Like what?
That's terrible. I mean, we do some stuff. Stuff happens. Yada, yada, yada.
I've yada yada 22 to 1.
No, I mentioned the one.
You can't yada 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 22 to 1.
Right, you can't yada yada 22 to 1. Oh, that's wow. Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that. Right there. That caught me off guard right there. Because it's literally saying nothing. It's literally saying nothing. Like you said, it's just a big fat, I don't know. It's a big fat,
Yes.
that's what that is. I mean, we said, hey guys, what would be bad if we got down 22 to 1? We talked about that. And we said, okay, that'd be bad.
Yeah.
Why do they still do it? I mean, they did it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
tough.
I think it was in our guy Callie's column after the Saturday game
There you go,
where DeMar was talking, and I think they were asking DeMar, do you think that the Zach LaVine trade talk distraction could be a reason for your team coming out flat out of the gate? Because part of this, as obviously, like it's on everyone in that starting five and Billy.
Yeah.
Why they keep coming out playing like trash.
Yeah.
Not just on Zach, but and shout out to our guy Drew Stevens from the Bigs, who took a screenshot of Zach's first and second half splits over their past 3 games. So both Magic games and the Heat game on Saturday.
Okay.
He's averaging 5.7 field goal attempts in the first half of those 3 games compared to 9.7 in the second half. He's shooting 35% in the first half.
Okay.
58.5% in the second half. He's shooting 25% on threes in the first half, 53% on threes in the second half. He's scoring more points, 16 in the second half, 6 in the first half.
Wow.
So, and DeMar said, no, I don't think it's about that because guess what? We've been struggling with first quarters before all this Zach trade talk stuff started to get thrown out there.
Yeah.
So I don't think that that's really what it is. And DeMar, to his credit, said we can't take some outside noise thing and blame that.
Yeah,
for
correct.
why we aren't playing well in first quarters.
And he's right.
They all seem to be flat, but those Zach numbers and the fact that he's looked passive in a lot of these starts to these last few games, it's a bit bewildering.
We just don't get it, and it's noticeable. Very, 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 very noticeable, especially when you get down 22 to 1. And it makes me wonder, and again, and I hate this so much because all this stuff is going on now. So now you try to factor in all this other stuff. Oh, well, because he's getting traded, maybe he's not doing this no more. Or because, he walked off the court. Maybe he just, hey, don't want to play like this no more. It's all that stuff, man. And you got to talk about it and factor it in and deal with it. And I hate doing that. I really do. I hate it. I just want to talk about the game. But now it's more than that now. So, excuse me, you look at it and you watch him in the first half. And I don't know if you've like just focused in on how he's playing in the first half, but he really feels like he's trying to let the game come to him in a lot of instances. And in other instances, it looks like he's just not involved. And I haven't put together which one it is yet. Is he just trying to figure it out? And then the second half, he's like, oh, I got it. Or if he's like, I'm just taking it easy because I don't feel like doing anything. And then the second half, I'll just do my thing.
Yeah.
Because he balls out in that fourth. The Bulls are a fourth quarter team.
Yeah.
Like, their whole team is a fourth quarter team, and Zach LaVine is one of those reasons why, because he starts balling out in that fourth quarter. The threes start going in. You know, he starts charging a little more to the bucket. The defense starts getting better. The assist, the best Zach assists we talk about always happen in the fourth quarter.
Right. I noticed, and those numbers I was rattling off from our guy Drew Stevens about the splits, first half, second half, the assists are also higher. Yeah. So when you're saying, is it a feeling it out thing, and maybe it's just Zach waiting to pick his spots to be aggressive and attack and try and score in the second half compared to the first. And again, plenty of blame to go around everywhere. Maybe one of the reasons that Zach's assist numbers are even significantly lower first half compared to second half is that nobody's making shots in these first quarters.
That's a fact.
But Zach's averaging, I think it's like 3.7 assists in the second halves and not even one assist in the first half of these last three games. So all of it is there, but it doesn't get there until the fourth quarter, maybe somewhere in the third. And then it's a matter of, okay, is the hole too deep? Is it too little too late when Zach starts playing like that in the fourth quarter? Where was that?
Where you at? Where that? Like, I don't like, because stars, do it all in each quarter. That's at least that's how I grew up. Maybe I'm just old school about it. Yeah. But they always did something in each quarter to let me know that they're out there. Yeah. And he kind of just, and this is recent, like, I don't remember this being a thing with Zach LaVine previously. I remember him dragging his body out there just to play, just to be out there and do stuff. But we were like, dude, I think you need to go sit down. Your head is like bleeding profusely. And no, just, bandage it up. I'm going out there and I'm going to shoot, go 8 for 80. And it's cool because you're like, I respect that. But now it feels different. It just feels that I don't know what it is. And I'm not going to speculate, honestly, on what it is. But you're watching it. And he just laid out the numbers for you. So the proof is in the pudding. But it's something different. And I haven't put my finger on why it is like that. But I don't like it, and I hope it changes, man, because you're not going to win continuing to get off to these kind of starts, and then you're not gonna have too many teams score 22, go 22-1, and then end up at only 97 points. Yeah, that's just not going to be a normal thing in the NBA. It's just not. Yeah. So
you don't get to benefit from the Heat's, oftentimes struggling half-court offense. Yeah, on a nightly basis.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Who was that in the comments just a second ago about
talking to us
down in the hole, Joe?
Who got stuff
there it
to
is.
say?
Ryan, our guy Ryan.
Hey.
The slogans for the Bulls this year should be down in a hole because that's where they always start. Shout out to the Wire. The Bulls just need to keep the devil down in the hole, Dave. Hey, that's all you gotta do.
Well done, man. Well done, Matthew Peck.
Keep some other people down there too. Let's take a quick break, then we'll come back and continue this conversation about Bulls slow starts. Zach LaVine, the walk-off. The infamous walk-off on Saturday, and the team's response to it. If you're hanging out with us on YouTube, appreciate you. Hit the thumbs up button. We appreciate that, too. Make sure, of course, you're also subscribed to the CHGO Sports YouTube channel.
Do it for Linda.
Yes. Big Dave, tell the fine people of Bulls Nation about the fine beers.
At the Goose?
At the Goose.
At the Goose, the one I just got through enjoying and having right here? This is a delicious, bright, sunny size haze.
Oh, Hazy Twins.
Hazy Twins right there. Hazy Twins. One more time, Joey, for the Hazy Twins. And which one are you having there over there, Joseph?
This is the neon
Oh,
a
that's
neon beer hug with 10,000 volts of flavor.
and 9.9 ABV, right?
7.0.
Oh, okay. That's the other one.
Yeah, if it was 900
You were talking about the tropical, I believe.
yes. Yeah. Joey said anything less than 10,000 volts, he wouldn't have had that. He needs 10,000 volts of that flavor because he's Joey Spathis, ladies and gentlemen. CHGO supported by Goose Island Beer Company, Chicago's beer since the Jordan year. That's 1988. You've just heard the roster and some of it. That Beer Hug family, 312 Wheat Ale, the Full Pocket Pilsner, which we'd be drinking if there was any left, but we ran through it.
Drink it all.
It's delicious. And, of course, Oktoberfest beer. It's a holiday beer. You know, you don't have to drink it in October. It's a holiday beer.
It's a holiday beer. And guess what? It's a holiday week. Thanksgiving's a few days away.
Some people think Black Friday is the holiday. Either way, enjoy some Oktoberfest because you're going to be out there shopping and throwing elbows, trying to save on a blouse, save you some money, and be happy about it while you're drinking on the Oktoberfest. So grab that ultra fresh exclusive beer at the Goose Island Original Brew House on Clybourne Avenue in Lincoln Park or from that tap room on Fulton Street in West Town. Don't punch people for a TV. All right? Just telling you. Goose Island Beer Company. It's Chicago's beer, the true taste of Chicago.
Honk, honk.
Honk, honk.
Tonight's CHGO Bulls pregame also brought to you by Ray Chevy.
My man Ray.
Speaking of those Black Friday deals, it's Black Friday savings time at Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake. It's one of the top-selling Chevy dealers in the entire Midwest. You'll always be able to shop one of Chicagoland's largest Chevy inventories. All month long, you can save big at Ray Chevy during their Black Friday sales event, where you can choose from over 100 Silverados in stock, the perfect tailgating vehicle. But that's not all. You can get 0% financing with $0 down and 0 payments until 2024.
Ray.
And I know everybody loves the word free
Yo.
this time of year.
Joey, no.
Trying to get that scratch, save some money while you do your holiday shopping. Discounted is good. Free is even better. And that's what you'll get this month at Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake. A free, F-R-E-E, free oil change.
What?
All you need to do is mention us fine, cool people at CHGO Bulls, when you schedule your oil change. It's a Black Friday offer you don't want to miss, but you have to schedule it by November 30th. We also, of course, have to shout out the Ray Price Promise.
Oh, please.
Which means every time you see a price for a vehicle on their website and then you go to the dealership and say, hey, I saw this price for this car. I like the price. I like the car. I would like the price. I would like the car. And then they say, sorry. That's just for, chickadees who learned how to drive.
Not the chickadees.
Yeah. Or that's just, for people who are still somehow the Bears head coach, despite the fact that they shouldn't be.
You shouldn't get a deal.
No. But it's not fair to you.
It is.
That's why they make the Ray Price Promise.
Great point.
You will always pay the price you see online. Otherwise, it's going to be even cheaper because Ray Chevrolet and his fine folk over there are going to find you even more savings when you come to the dealership.
Sounds amazing to me.
Visit Ray Chevrolet Fox Lake or raychevrolet.com to get your Black Friday savings. They've been serving the community since 1963. Find new roads.
So the Bears guys are actually doing a live show.
That's right, from
Ray's.
Ray Chevrolet.
Yeah, tomorrow, I believe.
You doing a live show from Ray?
With Cole Kmet.
With
I
their
don't know
guy
if it's
Cole
from
Kmet.
Chevy or from the, Chevy Dodge Jeep and Ram.
Chevy Dodge.
I'm not sure. Well, are we going into the walk off here? Are we?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Sure.
I think it needs a better name than the walk off. Like I think this could be up there for Bulls fans in terms of like some famous off the court incidents. Like I'm going back to J.R. Smith throwing soup at a coach and the Clippers and the Rockets confronting each other in the tunnel. Like maybe
Vinny
this
Del
is known
Negro
as
choking a guy. What? Who
Walk-
said that?
Walkgate, Pushgate,
You're trying to throw a gate in there.
maybe. I don't know if it's gate status, but
What do you know about Watergate, Joe?
Nixon, the original gate.
That's all you know?
Well, of course I know the history behind water.
Do you
Go to
know?
reporters?
Do you know what the term Watergate refers to?
Yeah.
Like, why is it called Watergate?
Right.
Come back to me on that one.
Lisa, you get this young man to open a book, all right? But see, that's why I've never been a big fan of the whole like something gate.
Yeah.
Spy gate.
Right.
whatever. Because
gates.
it's like
all the gates.
It's not like it happened at a place called Water.
Correct.
And then they added the phrase gate on the back end of it.
Correct.
Watergate Hotel.
There you go.
Yeah, that's lame.
Yeah.
That's a lame.
Also, like,
It's lame
I do
now.
think it's funny. Like, I've just been referring it to the walk-off over the last couple of days. But if we were talking about baseball, that would mean an entirely different thing.
Exactly.
Walk-off can be a good thing.
But I think that's why I like it, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really do, because it's like, the walk-off. Like, I immediately know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear walk gate. That doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? How about Zach Gate, Joey?
Joey just typed in the comments, Flight 8 gate.
See, that's too many words. Too many words.
Damn.
8 gate sounds better.
8 gate.
8 gate.
That's pretty good.
It's 8 gate.
We can continue pondering this.
We could.
In the
'Cause we're
meantime,
foolish.
in case you missed it, this was Zach LaVine in the postgame locker room talking with the media scrum about what happened when the NBC broadcast caught him brushing off a PR person instead of doing the postgame interview on the sideline, courtesy of Julia Poe of the Chicago Tribune.
Shout out.
It was a miscommunication for us and our PR team. We're all fine.
Zach, you look ticked the way you kind of pulled away, usually pretty accommodating and stuff like that. What exactly?
No, I'm not ticked up. I'm happy we got a win. We play these guys in a couple of days. You don't want to just sit around and celebrate. I'd rather celebrate in the locker room.
You buy that? I'm not ticked at all. I'm happy we got the win, coming from the mouth of a dude who looks miserable.
I literally thought that Big Dave was going to, I imagined what was going to happen when we played this. I thought Big Dave was going to something like that, which basically is the same
It's
response.
a Big Dave classic.
Yeah, it is.
Skeptical Big Dave.
Sorry, Joe, for letting
Comes
you
with
down.
some of the best noises.
That was so great, though. It accomplished the same thing.
That was for you, Joe. Do I believe it? Do I buy it? No. I don't. I don't really buy it. At the same time, like, what is he gonna say? You're in that situation, you just did this, and you're not trying to draw big attention to it. You kind of want it to go away. You don't even want to deal with it and talk with it anymore. So you say that stuff, it wasn't no big deal. We just, happened like that. It's great. My team won. And again, this is what we talk about when we say winning cures all, because you can always lean on that. Because if it was a loss, he can't really lean on it. He can't lean on, guys, we won. What are we arguing about? And, kind of have you move on from it. Winning cures all. But even in this instance, it's just nothing about this has been a good look. Nothing about it has been a good look. How it happened, how it's gone down, how he responded to it. Mm-hmm. How Billy, I haven't even heard it yet, but I'm just assuming how he responded to it ain't a good look either. Just by that last statement I just read. I'm just assuming. But nothing about it has been a good look. It hasn't been handled right or, taken care of right. So it's left too many things up in the air and too many things for speculation, for people to go ahead and speculate and put extra things on it that I don't think are true. Mm-hmm. So they haven't done a good job of that. Zach hasn't done a good job of that, and the people around him haven't done a good job. And it leads us to be like,
I think it was shout out to our pal Alexis in the comments I just saw a second ago saying, like, it's a signal that Zach is checked out. Like, to do that and then to use that as a reasoning, excuse, whatever you want to call it, explanation.
Correct.
It just seems like it's because it is at the forefront of a lot of surrounding context over the last couple of weeks that largely point to the fact that finally Zach is ready for a divorce with the Bulls, as they've maybe been thinking that they are ready for a divorce from him. And then you see that kind of behavior, and then you're like, okay, well, this points to this.
Yeah.
And it's just not a good look.
It's just not. It's just not, man.
So Billy Donovan, when he was available to the media pregame tonight, and this is courtesy of our guy Willie Gottlieb said,
out.
it's been handled internally. It's been discussed internally. I don't want to get into those conversations or what happened, but certainly it's been addressed. And then leading into that was asked, do you think that this is a problem because it's signaling to you that Zach LaVine is quote unquote checked out? This was Billy's response. Joseph?
Well, I didn't see him like that stuff when I walked off. I didn't really see any of that stuff going on at all. I would say that my conversations with him have been more about the basketball piece of how, as a staff myself, can help him, what he's seeing out there, to what Casey just said, the slow starts, how he can impact the slow starts, how he can help us in slow starts. I did not see, when I walked into the locker room and I did not see the incident that happened, I didn't see anything different from him in that locker room when he sat there. I did not. I didn't get a guy that was not in the locker room or in a different room or upset or pouting or turned around or whatever. I talked to him after the game. He talked to players after the game. I saw a normal Zach in there. That's what I saw. But in terms of my conversations about, him, it's been more about how he can help the group can help him, and what we've got to do to get off to, I think, quicker starts, so to speak.
Do you think he's all in still, or do you think he's kind of...
I would say this, Joe, like in looking at him play, if you just look at besides like the reports of things that are out there, but just look at his play, and that's really what I've tried to focus on, is the stuff that we can control in terms of the coaching piece and the piece that everybody collectively needs to do to help our team. He's generating a lot of assists in terms of closeout opportunities for guys. I'd like to see him be more aggressive in first halves, like he is in these second halves. I think that would help our team. I think he's trying to help on defense. The potential assist piece with the amount of attention that he and Zach and that Zach, DeMar, and Vooch get, he's finding the open man. He's getting off the ball. He's trying to do those things. So I actually, if I'm being critical of him being aggressive in that first half, he made a lot of really, really good plays in that game late, in terms of generating shots and helping guys. So I see a guy on the floor that's trying to win. I mean, he made a comment to me, and again, this is totally separate from what happened after the game, but like when I'm talking to him during the game and I'm talking to him he's like, listen, if you need to play me all 24 minutes in the second half, we got to find a way to get this W. That's the kind of dialogue he's giving me. So
that was during the Miami game, he said?
That was during the Orlando game, the second time we played Orlando. That's what I got.
There that was from Bulls head coach Billy Donovan before tonight's game. Long and short of it saying, I don't see a difference in Zach's behavior as far as how he's communicating with his teammates and me and the coaching staff. I am acknowledging that we as a team have gotten off to slow starts recently, and I would like to see Zach be more aggressive out of the gate. He said, if I'm going to be critical of Zach, I'm going to be critical of that.
Right.
And then also said, well, he deserves praise because he played great in that fourth quarter when we were making that comeback and won.
He did.
And then circle back to once again reaffirm that he does not believe Zach looks, speaks, plays, has any sort of display that leads Billy to believe that he is checked out.
Okay.
Thoughts?
Yeah, a couple. I didn't hate Billy's answer, honestly. If I'm being honest about it, I didn't hate that answer. He kept it basketball. And he talked about what he knew. He was like, bro, I didn't see it. And he's right. Because if you look at the video, Billy's in front. Billy didn't see it, obviously, what was going on with Zach. He said he didn't, but whatever happened, he's basically saying he didn't bring it back to the locker room. He was happy. He wants to win. 2, Billy's a player's coach. We know that. Billy Donovan's going to have his players back, all right? That's how he rolls. That's just how he's always been. Throwing out that little thing of Zach saying, hey, if I need to play the whole 24 minutes against Orlando, play for me. Now, why are we still – didn't we lose that game? Am I right? Okay. So, yeah. So play him to 24 is my point. But I like Billy defending his players, having his guys back, and speaking on what he knew. He didn't know much. He didn't know everything that was going on, but he understood, okay, Zach needs maybe a lifeline here because everybody's going to probably be coming down on him. Let me see what I can do to maybe help him out a little bit. I'm not mad at any of that, honestly. I don't hate it. I appreciate Billy having Zach's back and his coach having his back in that sense. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that as much as I was at that first statement that you read to me. Just was asinine.
About how he's just baffled by their
I don't know.
continuously bad starts.
You know. Some people like red, some people like blue. Yeah, I don't know. Who cares? Why is it green? I don't know, guys.
You take the bad. You take them both, and there you have the facts of life.
Some people like woozies, some people like wazzies.
There you have the Bulls' first quarters.
Right, there you have some fairy dust. But that just sounded like a coach being a coach, having this guy back, saying this dude wants to win, he wants to be here, he wants to do these things. It's all, I wish I had a better word for this, but it's all loser speak to me.
Right.
Because none of this shit is happening on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So it's all of that to me now.
Yeah, and look, a few other pieces of context that I think are important.
Sure.
And like I saw Casey quote tweeted his own column with this detail just like a little bit before we started pregame. That was in Casey's write-up about all of this after Billy's comments today. Mm-hmm. Zach has apologized to and had a long conversation with the Bulls PR person who he was rude to.
That's good.
On Saturday night.
That's good.
And multiple people, multiple sources, including our own Wildigo Gottlieb, have stated, who work on this Bulls beat, who cover this team, Zach has been nothing but professional. For 7 years, he is accommodating to the media. He is kind to the media. Obviously, he makes time for fans. He signs autographs before games for fans, standing around the tunnel.
Yep.
This was a bad look in a moment where the timing of what's going on around it made it look worse. That's what it is.
What he said.
So it's a good thing that Zach apologized, and it's a good thing that everybody said, okay, I'm sorry, we're sorry, everybody okay? Everybody okay? Cool, okay. And now he and his coach and this team's PR department is going to try everything they can to move past this.
Sure.
Which is why Billy said, we handled it internally.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep that internal. As a fan, you have the right to be curious. Did they fine him for this behavior on Saturday? How did they handle it internally? Have a conversation, have an apology accepted, let's move on. And if that's the way that the Bulls want to handle this and move forward,
okay,
great. And honestly, if they can move forward and move past this and Zach plays better in the coming games, that's good news for them. In the meantime, this is a two-time All-Star who has 4 years left on his deal, a lot of money on those 4 years left on his deal that you are actively looking to trade. And it wasn't just Bulls Twitter who saw that.
No.
We all know how NBA Twitter works. We all know how NBA media works.
How does it work, man?
That made its way around the internet quickly.
Yeah.
And you're trying to make this guy look as valuable as possible to teams you're calling and to teams who were calling you about trading for that player.
Yeah.
The timing is terrible for something like that.
It is. And you're doing the right thing, what teams would do. We want to move on. Let's get to the next game. That's exactly what you're doing. They're doing exactly what I would be doing. Like, why are we dwelling on this shit? Let's move on. Let's get to the next game. It's the great thing about the NBA and why there's 82 games to this. It's because we can always go to the next one. But yeah, you're right.
It's not see eye to eye on that one right now.
Hey, what do you mean? I'm out here for a Heat win, goddamn. We need to discuss that. Can I get another Heat win tonight? Can I get another one? Because if you thought I was going to be out here talking about a loss to the Heat, shout out Judas Priest, you got another thing coming. Hey. I don't want to hear it. I am here to beat the Heat all the time, every time. Got that, Jones?
In your face. That's what I love and respect about you, dude.
Mm-hmm. Heat, go to hell, man.
Yeah, but we'll see if they do move on from it.
We'll see. Winning cures, man.
You know what would be great?
Talk to me.
Is if they don't dig themselves a 22-1 hole.
I think that'll be okay.
If they win the first quarter tonight, even something as simple as winning a first quarter will take great strides to help your fan base and maybe even the media forget about your dirty laundry that got aired on Saturday night. Win. Solves everything.
Win.
Not that hard.
Bump everything else. Win.
Yeah.
You like that, Joe?
Hitman H3X saying, I'm just saying, Zach's acting like he's the only one stressing and dealing with this. Pressure makes diamonds, but also bursts pipes.
That's facts.
What a metaphor.
Yeah, it's an old one, but a goodie. It's an oldie, but a goodie.
Michael, meanwhile, saying Clutch Sports is going to do everything they can to get Zach to the Lakers. Oh, we all know that's true.
We understand that.
Yeah.
But can I get my picks? That's all we here for. Can I get my picks? That's all I need. My picks.
Yeah, so like still lots of different teams being thrown around there. I saw Shams Charania mention Sacramento again, and some hit on I think the rally is at the show that they do.
Yes, correct.
For the Athletic. He mentioned the Kings. Bulls fans started throwing around ideas about a Kings trade.
Yes.
Bulls fans trying to get their hopes up about Keegan Murray right now.
I love how Matt loves saying trying to get your hopes up about something so he can immediately destroy it and stamp on it and beat it down.
Look.
And also quickly, shout out to Matt Peck for the ensemble that he's rocking tonight. Can we talk about this for a second right here? Do you see the shoes and the hat and the sweater matching with this right here? This is not a mistake. Look at this man. Check this out, ladies and gents.
I think I got my swagger back.
Come on, Joe.
I think I got my swagger back.
Hit him, Joe.
I have never once, in any level of seriousness, referred to swagger as something that I possess.
Thank you for not doing that. I appreciate you, man.
I honestly one of my favorite parts about our Wednesday show from this past week. That was a tumultuous week.
Yes.
And first and foremost, obviously, the Bulls fans were here and liked what we had to say and enjoyed my rant, and I'm glad that I was here to do that for them and commiserate with Bulls fans on a pretty dark night. But I liked that people were commenting about how the fact that I was wearing my Birks while I just absolutely took the Bulls to task.
Oh, my God. You did have Birks on.
Just out here, toes dangling free.
Toes are dangling.
Just setting the Bulls ablaze.
Oh, quickly.
But
also,
it's a little too cold for Birks today.
He's right, but not for shorts. Joey, first basket.
DeMar DeRozan.
All right.
I believe his name is DeMar DeClose.
Yes, AK is still short weather. I'm hanging on by a thread, baby.
Hanging on by a thread, AK. I mentioned that to him when he first walked in. I was like, oh, still got the shorts on.
Had them on all day.
I think, didn't AK throw us a super chat earlier, Joe? And then we can get out of here. We got basketball to watch. Shout out to AK for the super chat. Bears have youth, draft capital, talent, cap room. Bulls have.
I will say, shout out Julian Phillips, who's been playing great in the G League, 19 and 12.
Play.
And also shout out our guy from UConn, our center from UConn, man.
Adama Sanogo.
Sanogo, 15 and 21. He dropped out there, man. Like, he's been playing very well for them as well. That's faith. Dude, no, them two have been playing really, really well.
We watched Sanogo play in Summer League up close.
Yeah.
Saw
Huge
some more of
shoulders.
him in preseason.
Shoulders.
The shoulders, man. My God. We also remember our old pal Marko Simonovic. Remember that guy?
I do remember him.
We saw him put up big numbers in the G League too.
It was like 20 and 12. He would do stuff.
I'm just saying.
But his is more physical and more violent. Marco's was jump shots, and I'm taller than you.
Right.
He's not taller than a lot of people out there.
No.
So for
What's
me,
he listed at like 6'9"?
Yeah.
Maybe 6'10"?
So for me, it's a little more impressive to get 21 rebounds.
Yeah.
And when you're doing stuff like that. And yeah.
That's rebounding not with your height, but with your muscles.
Correct. And your mind too.
And your mind.
But yeah, Julian Phillips, man, he's been playing very well. He's been playing very well out there. Shout out to him.
The last string of hope I'm holding on to. Julian Phillips. That's a dark thought.
It is.
All right, we got tip-off just moments away. We will be back for post-game. Our guy will join us from the UC to offer his thoughts, post-game interview stuff.
Will.
In the meantime, follow Will throughout tonight's game on Twitter for all of his updating and reporting. Will_Gottlieb is his handle.
Yep.
Shout out to our pal and producer, Joey Spathis, son of Lisa and George.
George will be proud.
Big Dave Bow, BAWL Sports. I'm Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls. Hit that thumbs up, Bulls Nation. Appreciate it. Love you. Talk to you in post-game. Jump ball. See you, Robbie. Good.
Peace.